Hello and welcome back. My name is Vanessa from Wild Woman Bushcraft, and I've spent the last few days with my kids in the tent behind me during freezing temperatures. How we made the tent comfy and how we can be sure that we stay safe during those freezing nights, I will show you now. So let's come with me into my warm and comfy tent. The tent doesn't stay warm for such a long time when the entrance is open, so I'm always looking that the entrance is so close as possible open, and then I close it again. And also the mosquito net is very important. Most people underrated the effect of a mosquito net. But maybe you slept once in an hammock with a mosquito net, and when you put here a small candle lantern inside, the effect will be, you can really feel the difference. So there are always cold bridges around the tent, like here. The entrance is never closed for 100%, and because of this I also closed the mosquito net, because you can feel the difference. This towel here is directly at the entrance because, yes, you can see it was white in the past and now it has changed the color because all of the dirt from the shoes, which we would bring into the tent if we wouldn't remove the shoes right at this place. So this is the area where we move off the shoes and just put them there, that they just stay there if we have to go outside. The hard piece of the tent, which made it possible that we slept outside also during temperatures under 0 degrees, is obviously the oven, and we take a closer look at it now. The oven is a classical wood tent oven. It is from the brand Nordisk, the same brand as the tent. So, and you can, for the transport and for carrying, you can make it in a smaller size, but the burning camber, so this part here will stay like it is. You can only remove the parts down there. So this here is the part which made the oven stand higher above the ground, that nothing will burn at the ground. So you can remove them, and then the carrying package will have the size of the upper area, and then you will have an extra package from the part up here. Obviously, Aika hated to be outside. She hated to be in the tent. It's not warm enough, it's not comfy enough, and she doesn't want to be there anyway, so no. In fact, she loved it to be outside, and she would be very angry if I wouldn't allow her to come with me. The tent oven, like I said before, it is the hard piece of the tent. This is my first high quality tent that has a possibility to have a tent oven inside. Maybe you remember I made once a sauna video, but this tent was not so high quality like this Nordisk tent here. And having the heating with a wood oven is something really special, because it is a different kind of warmness, you know. And also if you can see the flames, it makes something with your body and also your soul. When I'm outside for one of my courses and we have a whole group around the campfire, and then suddenly the whole group stay quiet and is just watching the fire, watching the flames, and is inside of their own thoughts. This is really magical because fire affected us so much. And I really love that I can see the fire here at the front side, and also we have here the cuttings with the Nordisk brand logo at the left and the right side, and you can watch the flames in each direction in the tent. So it would be possible to cook here, but in fact we often make just lunch here inside, or I prepare a soup and we just heat it up here. But what we always have done is making hot water for tea here, and also hot water for the warming water bottles for the kids that I always removed each hours during the night, that they having a warm and comfy sleeping bag. And also we made cacao I made cacao for the kids in the morning and also in the evening. So normally they only get milk cacao in the morning, but in the tent it's something special, so and they could also have one in the evening. For safety, I have a fire-resistant plate under the oven, and also those fire-resistant plane directly if ember fall out or something else. And so here is the place where the oven pipe comes to the outside of the oven. So you can choose the place at your own. So you have to cut the hole at yourself, and then there are different options how you can which one you choose. And so it happens that it was heavily snowing, and the snow was so wet and so high weighted that the plane was coming too close to the oven pipe. And because of this, I had an area here where those materials start to getting brown and black, and I was afraid that something like this would happen again. And because of this, I covered the pipe also with those fire-resistant material, that nothing like this will happen again. I heat the oven classical with wood, but I run out of wood here at this area now, and what I also bought are these fire logs, so they should burn over 2 hours for inside and outdoor using. But they aren't so good as I thought. But what I actually doing having these coals, because so I always check that I feed the fire for a long time, but in the early morning hours I always have deep sleep, and because of this I've put inside those black coals because they are giving continuous heating. So, and I can easily start the fire again with the leftover coals and ember without any problems. I also put some Petromax lanterns inside for the atmosphere, and also this candle, but I just letting the candle burn when the kids were asleep, because otherwise when they are wild inside of the tent I was afraid that something happened. But I also had energy for light, which I want to show you now. This is my smallest Jackery portable solar generator, and I use it for light and also to charging my mobile phone, because the ground is still cold also when I heat with the oven, because there is no isolation, and if you lay your phone anywhere there at the ground, the battery will be low in just a few hours. Yeah, you know it, our modern mobile phones, and because of this I charge it the whole night. And they also had a small lamp which I feed with those Jackery. From time to time I also let run those petroleum oven, because once we had -12 degrees, and then it's pretty sporty to just have the tent warm the whole time. So actually I have 4 sleeping places here. There would be enough space for so many people, but So it was just me and the kids, and for me it was important that the kids sleep at such higher flexible beds. I have no idea how to call them. So I have 3 of them, 2 there and 1 there, because the underground plane is something like a truck plane. So, and it is just to let the tent stay dry and also insect free, because it's with a zipper covered complete around, so nothing can come in. But of course there is no isolation effect, and if the kids sleep at a higher ground, a little bit away from the ground, the isolation effect of their equipment would be better. So this was the place for my youngest one, and he had the best setup because the smallest kids can't deal so easy with the coldness. So he has the sleeping bags are all from FREI, my favorite sleeping bag brand, and this here is the best one that I have. This is called the ice sleeping bag, which is for the lowest temperatures. So, and during the day we all wear those huge wool sockets, because yeah, obviously no street shoes inside here, but the ground is still cold, and so because of this we wear those socks. But we removed them for the night, and then we all have extra sleeping bags, sleeping pajamas, yeah. And me also, so this is my functional clothes. So this is a combination from wool and something else. I always choose wool clothes for the night, because they just have the best isolation effect, and I always made sure that the clothes that the kids wear in the night are 2 sizes bigger than their normal sizes, because if you move in the night you will have no cold areas here. So this is how we spend the night, and now you can take a closer look. So this is one of the sleeping possibilities where I'm talking about. So the sleeping bag there is at the outside in the fresh air. So also when it's cold outside you have to bring your sleeping bag in the fresh air, because you are sweating in the night, and then you have to remove that all. Yeah, and this is also one of the water bottles that I made the kids for the night. This is another sleeping area, and the fire extinguisher right there behind. Everything for safety. And now, yeah, you see there's a lot of stuff. Also the tent itself and the tent oven. If you are not outdoors with several people, you have to stay close to civilization, because you can't just pack all those stuff at the backpack from yourself and your kids. My both older kids haven't such a warm sleeping bag like my youngest, and because of this they've got an upgrade. This here is a FeatherBag, so it's called FeatherBag, and it's also from the brand FREI, like all of my sleeping bags. And so this is not only a sleeping bag inside of your sleeping bag, because you can fix it with a FREI sleeping bag here with this great adding tools. No, it's also a wool heating system, because you can heat it up via USB and a power bank. You can heat it up that you have a cozy temperature inside of your sleeping bag. So there is your plug, and then you can just put it with a power bank inside of your FeatherBag, and you will have it comfy warm. So there are different varieties possible. I have this both here. This here is like a couch blanket, and this here is like a traditional sleeping bag with down wool inside. And yeah, you can close them. So they are from the size, it depends on your size, but they are like, they end like under your breast. That your torso will stay warm during the night, and you should never go cold into your sleeping bag. So warm up before you go inside, but they are great for the time between moving the whole day around and then just laying still in the sleeping bag and you won't get cold, this here are extremely nice, and I love to have them for me and also for the kids. What I never want miss is having those bandanas at cold temperature strips with me, myself and also the kids, because so these are those loops, and the kids always use two of them, one for the neck and the second one for the area which is always outside of your sleeping bag, so like this, or if you want to have your breathing part outside, mouth and nose, like this, so that you stay also in the face warm over the night. And I also give them lip cream because in the night, because the lips getting dry very fast. So I hope you enjoyed my little room tour. The kids and myself really enjoyed the days here because we made it so comfy and we don't miss anything. But I'm pretty sure some of you have some extra ideas or tips and tricks what we could do better, or what you missed inside of the tent, what you would use during the winter. Yeah, if you have something, feel free to write in the comments. I'm always happy to have some extra ideas and tips and tricks, and of course all of my equipment is added down there in the video description. So, and now sadly the time is over. I have to remove the tent soon. I don't like that I have to stay close to civilization or close to the car because of the amount of packages that sleeping like this brings with it. But yeah, it's kind of different style of sleeping outdoors, and anyways, we enjoy it a lot. So, and now I'm out, and I wish you a great day and hope we see you soon in the next video. Have a great time and bye bye!